Welcome back to Kim Ivy Makeup's YouTube channel. Today we're featuring beautiful shades of mauve, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Let's jump right in. What you see me doing right now is mixing my Black Opal foundation in the shade Truly Topaz together with my moisturizer. So I've kind of custom blended my own little tinted moisturizer. I'll dot that onto my skin and use my fingers to massage it into my skin until I get something that's very natural and very seamless. I love this technique when I want my skin to be perfected, but I don't want to look like I'm wearing a lot of foundation. So I take my time, I use my fingers, and I massage it into the skin until I'm happy with the result of it. And remember, take it down the neck just so that it blends with everything. You'll see me tapping a little bit of my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW40 into my skin, only on the areas where I need it. For me, that's around my mouth, a little bit in the corners of my nose, and I'll just kind of tap it on any blemishes or spots or freckles that I have as well. Then I'll use that same product on my ring finger to tap it around my eyes, just so that I make sure I get something very flawless and well blended. I've been in love with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer these days. I love the coverage, I love the color selections, and it has a really nice cooling sensation under the eyes. So if you get a little puffy like me, this is a great product for that. I'll use this on all the high points of my face, and then I'll take a cosmetic wedge sponge and I'll just tap that product into my skin until it's completely blended and completely seamless. So what you see me doing here is just taking my time with it, and I'll just go ahead and tap that product in and massage it into my skin until I'm happy with the result that I see. And I don't want to see any lines of demarcation where my foundation began and my concealer began. So I'm just making sure everything is completely smooth and there's a nice seamless transition with everything I have on my face. The second I'm happy with it, I'm going to grab my powder brush and I'll tap in a loose powder underneath my eyes just so that I can make sure nothing moves around. And I'll take whatever's left on that brush and I'll pack that into all the areas where I applied that Age Rewind concealer before. This will just make sure that everything's locked into place, and it's highly unlikely that it'll move around during the day. Now I'll take the CoverGirl bronzer, and the color of this bronzer is Golden Bronze. I love this shade of bronzer. I've been a big stickler for the Ebony bronzer for a long time, but I've been trying this out for a good while now, and I'm really excited to say it's a beautiful shade. When you just want something to warm up the skin and look very natural, this is perfect for that. I've been reaching for this one, honestly, even more so than my Ebony bronzer lately, and I just feel like it gives my skin just the amount of color that it needs. What you'll see me doing here is taking a little bit of my NYX's Stay Matte But Not Flat powder in my skin tone, and I'm just going to tap that into my skin, making sure that everything blends. And now I'll take my Stay Matte But Not Flat powder in a shade that's slightly lighter than my skin tone, and I'll pat that everywhere where we've had that lighter tone of concealer. This is just going to help us to keep with the whole cohesive look of having a very nice and high lit center of the face with something that's just very warm around the outer portion of the face. Here you'll see me using NYX's glitter glue. Now you'll probably see me using this a lot because I have extremely oily eyelids. It's very hard for me to find something that will allow my colors of my eyeshadows to stay on my lids and not move around, and this product just does it for me. So I love it, and I've been reaching for it a lot. From the NYX's Lid Lingerie collection, I'm using the very pale pink that's in that collection just to kind of smooth that into my creased area and give a nice gradient effect. Now I'm going to go just below that pink shade with a very warm kind of a brick shade, which is also from the Lit Lingerie palette by NYX. And I'm just going to go back and forth along my crease until I'm happy with the color payoff. And I'm also double checking to make sure that everything's balanced on both sides. I don't want to have one eye darker than the other. So make sure you take your time and you check your work. Now, using the very, very dark eggplant brown shade that's from NYX's Lit Lingerie palette as well, I'm going to take that shade on the outer corner of my eyes and the inner corner of my eyes, kind of making like an upside down U shape, if you will. So it's slightly darker on the outside portion and slightly darker on the inside portion. I did lose a little bit of footage here, guys. All I did was I took my ring finger and I tapped in the champagne colored shade from the NYX's Love You So Mochi palette, and that's the really nice bright shade you see in the center of the lid. I added a little bit of eyeliner. I'm using my brush there to smoke it out before I pop on my lashes. Now here I could not find my eyebrow pencil. I looked everywhere, I couldn't find it. So in true makeup artist fashion, I used what I had. Since I had the Lit Lingerie palette next to me, I took the nice cool tone brown that's in that palette on a very thin brush, and I just filled in my eyebrows. Now this product has become one of my favorite products. This is from Yves Saint Laurent. This is their Kiss and Blush beautiful cream product that you can use on both your cheeks, and you can use this product on your lips as well. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, as you'll see here in a bit. After spraying my face with Fix Plus, and while it's still moist, I like to tap in my highlighter. This is the Laura Geller's highlighter in Gilded Honey, and I'll put this on all the high points of my face just to give myself a very radiant glow. And as you know, it's my favorite technique to use. Just tap it in while your face is still moist. Now that product I use on my cheeks, like I was telling you before, I'm using it on my lips. Same Yves Saint Laurent product. And isn't this a beautiful color, guys? I absolutely, I'm so in love with this color. It's perfect, the perfect mauve shade, and I think it really kind of pulled mauve tones out on the eyes as well. I added a little bit of like a beauty supply store gloss to my lips because I thought, hey, you know, why not make it a little bit glossy? But I actually liked it a little bit more matte. So I tapped that color down a little bit with my fingers before going around the outer edge with my lip liner. Now what you see me doing here is just some fine detailing around my lash. I took the NYX matte liner and I just kind of touched up where the lashes met my lids, just to make things look nice and polished and pretty. And that's literally it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and share this video with all your loved ones. And I'll catch you back here next time at Kim Ivy Makeup.